And we are back for another week of foolishness. No, I'm joking. Okay, so this week, it is looking like a lot of news is going to be happening this week. That could be good or bad. I think it just depends on your perspective. So this is what I'm going to do. This one is going to be slightly different than the rest of the videos, just to try and mix it up a little bit for you. I am going to start with the monthly on a lot of them because we are getting ready to move into a new month prior to my next video. So I think, the first is on Tuesday. So yeah, so that'll be during the week. So I want to start out with the month just so that we can go ahead and kind of get like a overall bird's view of what the hell is going on. There is one pair that I am looking at in particularly that I have like high interest in. So I'm going to focus towards the end. I'm going to focus on that one a little more in depth, and I'm going to use my profit calculator and go over what I'm looking at, what I'm looking for, profit, managing my risk, stuff like that. Okay. So we're just gonna start kind of how we usually do with AUD. AUD, I'm not gonna lie, like I made some money off of AUD this week, but I don't know. I feel like until I can get a more clear view on what AUD is doing, between AUD and EUD, or EU, I'm sorry. Um, I need to get a more clear view on what's getting ready to happen in order to make make a decision on which direction I would like to go in order to feel comfortable and confident about the decision that I've made. So, because I made some money on AU and then lost some money on EU, I'm like, I gotta get some confirmation first prior to. So starting with AU again, I don't plan on doing anything with AU, and that's only because of right here we're kind of sitting in like a doji stage. So I want to not assume, this is a doji candle, and this is how we ended the week. More than likely, it will probably go down to about here, which is where I have my little mark at, and then probably shoot back up. I'm not 100% sure. Again, this is a probability game, so until I know what the hell is going on, I'm not planning on doing anything with it, because even after it gets down here, then what are we going to be looking at? Is it going to potentially get back or try to get back up to 6.9? I don't know. So until I can get some more clarity, that's what I'm going with, more than likely because of the EMA is still sitting above on the monthly. I would assume it's probably going to be bearish for a little while. And who knows? We may see some consolidation right here, because this looks like an area where we were seeing some previous consolidation at. If we were to probably go to let me see if I can go to like a weekly view. Let's see if I can, yeah. So like up in here, where am I? Yeah, we could potentially see some consolidation before we even, like up in this area, because this is kind of where candles were hanging out at. This is where liquidity was. This was, shoot, when was this? This was some time ago. This was in 2020. So around 2020 in this area, we were looking at a little bit of consolidation. So again, I'm not going to be doing anything with AU. Your choice, completely up to you. All of these are, make the best decision based upon your account and your confluence. So we're going to move on to EU. EU right now can kind of kiss my ass. I feel like I've taken a lot of positions on EU and I've lost all of them. So I won't tell EU to kiss my ass. That is my fault. So I will take the blame on that one, because I think it kind of going through this stage right here, I've been like, oh, I'm going to go in. I'm going bearish. Whoop. Nope. Lost and hit my stop loss and we're out. All right, fine. We hit up in here and then I'm like, yeah, we're going to go bullish. And then, oop, it goes up, but then it also went down too. So same thing with EU. This is again this is on the weekly, but on the monthly, I'm still seeing consolidation, which I was seeing back here. So only one the fault is myself, because I had seen this consolidation. I didn't know how long this consolidation was going to last. I just knew that I had seen it back in when was this? This was 02. This was 02. So it's been kind of struggling in between these two areas for a little while now, until EU gives me some direction on like, I needed to like have a strong breakthrough with a closing candle like above here in order for me to go bullish, or the same thing down here, a strong breakthrough with a close on a bearish candle like below here, and then I'll go down. But until I can see something like that, I'm just going to try to chill for a minute, because I feel like this one has had me in the chokehold for long enough, and I'm done. So there's that. All right, so we're waiting on EU. Let's move over to, did I do J? Yep, I did. Okay, so on JPY, let's see. Let me go to my monthly. Because it's been on such an upward trend, I have been kind of hesitant to really do anything with JPY. I'm, again, this is going to sound like a fucking tape recorder. I'm not going to do anything on USD JPY either until I can see what AU and EU are going to do, because usually what tends to happen, I think that I shouldn't say think, I've talked about this on previous videos, the base, when it's, so when the base, so like let's say this is USD JPY, they tend to do the opposite. So like if AU and EU, and I would even say whatever else has USD at the end, whatever pair has USD at the end, meaning the quoted pair, this is the second pair here, if it had it on the end, then they kind of tend to do the opposite. So like for USD JPY, it's headed up, and let's say it just continues to head up, I'm going to expect AU and EU to go down because of the pair and where the base is placed. And they just tend to do the opposite. So with this one, I'm kind of going to lean a little bit on that. I'm not really that interested in USD JPY this week, and I haven't been since it's been kind of on this up trend, until it can kind of get into a place where I can look at previous liquidity and see what it's done in order to know what direction it's going into. So I'm not really planning on doing anything with USD JPY. Yeah, that's just my bias. Even jumping down to a daily, let's see what this looks like real quick, just because I'm curious. Well, let's just see what happens in between this space and this space. Because if it's able to get kind of below here, then maybe we could see it going in a potential bearish direction. But if it kind of just continues to play in this area where it's at right now and is not able to get past this level, we're probably going to continue to see it head up in a bullish direction. So that's my bias my bias on USD JPY. So my next one, let's see, I got my little paper just to keep me organized here. Okay, let's see, GBP. Okay, so I did put a little bit of a trend line on GBP. My main thing, I put a note here from way back when, just to try and keep an eye on it. My main thing, let me go to the monthly. The monthly is going to look nuts because it's the monthly. So it's going to look like it's straight through there. But I'm just trying to give you the bird's eye view. So the trend line is not going to make sense on the monthly, only because I think I used it on the 4 hour. So it's going to look a little crazy. But what I'm mainly looking for here, let's squeeze this guy up a little bit. I don't even know where the hell and I may not be able to go back. Okay, so with GBP, let me try to widen this as much as possible, but still keep both sides in there so that you can see. I think, just side note, doing this prior to the market starting is super helpful to kind of just pause. I don't know. You let me know. Anyway, so even if and when GBP heads down, granted, this is on the monthly, so there is a little bit more pip here than maybe it to the to the naked eye, I guess. But I like taking trades where there is a lot of room for a lot of profit. if I'm going to take it. So like this space from here to here is decent, but I prefer like if I'm going to take a trade and it's from here to here, you know what I'm saying? I don't like 1-to-1. I don't like stuff like that. I try to take 3 and 4, 1-to-4 and 1-5 and stuff like that. That's most exciting for me personally. Now, don't get me wrong. If this is showing that it could possibly potentially go down this direction, you probably won't have an opportunity to get in until here anyway, which means that you're kind of halfway through. So I don't know. Me personally, I probably wouldn't take it, but I'm simply just waiting to see exactly what's going to happen here. Again, we're kind of sitting in a waiting stage as we were kind of headed down, and we could be headed just back this way for a retest. So what I would be looking for is, looks like it's doing a very deep pullback, and then you could potentially see price getting to here. And then once we get here, we got to figure out what we're going to do from there. So there's that. USD, I was not really thinking about doing USD, but what I'm looking at on USD now is a retest. So what's happened is it's kind of past a bank level, if you will, and kind of gotten through and broke through and over top of this guy, which means that we're headed in a bullish direction. But right now, yes, that's great, but we now need some type of retest heading back down to this area to kind of come back and touch this area over here. So right now wouldn't be the safest time to get in my personal opinion. Of course, you do what you want. This is your story. You do what you want. But me personally, I will wait for something to hit back in this area and then wait for the retest, and then go ahead and right after the retest, place your stop loss right up underneath that guy and then allow it to run. And then I would just let it run. I would even probably let it run a little bit further than that 34. I'd probably even let it get up to about 35. So that's just me personally on US 30. Not quite trading it just yet, but that's just my bias. So for the last one, this is the one that I wanted to do that I have a high interest in, and I wanted to kind of go into detail with it, and we're going to use the profit calculator so I can, kind of give you an idea as to what I'm looking at. So we're going to start real quick with the monthly. I'm going to try to keep it as quick and short as possible, but still very informational, or informative rather. Okay, so right now what's happened is we've passed through a pretty decent level that we hadn't passed through in quite some time. It's been since 2016 since we were able to get through this level, which is good. So this is the candle that the week it closed on. We closed above, which is great. So now I just need technically, if I was being safe, I would wait for like another candle to close above here, but let's see. Let me actually break this down to the 4 and see how far above. I do have an alert on here because I wanted it to alert me once it got to this area, just to see exactly what was going to happen next and make sure that it's going to continue to stay on the trend. But as of right here, because this candle closed where it did, I will be getting in on a bullish direction. Probably place my stop loss about right here-ish. So let's do that real quick. Let's go to the profit calculator. I don't know which profit calculator you guys use. Okay. Let's see what we're actually looking at. So let's come down here. What are we on? GJ, come on. All right. So we are going to be on a buy, so that's going to stay exactly where it is. So I'm going to use open price. Let's see. I'm going to actually use my alert at 1.7 as my, wow. I don't know why. Okay, there we go. Let's see, GJ. What was it? Oh my God, my memory, man, is just the freaking worst. Let's see. No, my memory is the best. We're not going to put that out there. 7.2. So we're going to start there. More than likely, on the account size that I have, I'm going to be rocking with a 0.08. There's that. And then based on the stop loss, let's see, let me try to get a sniper entry here. I may be able to use this. I try so hard not to overdo it when it comes down to getting it too tight, because sometimes you can lose very quickly like that. So let's see. What if we did at about 168,687? 687? That's what I said, right? So even with a stop loss at that, I feel like that is just not what my account supports. So based on that, let's even squeeze down to the 1 hour. Let's see what we got here. So what I will do is, because we're sitting around this area, was the last time that we had kind of passed up here, so I'm going to even shoot for, what is this, 1,700. So let's see what that looks like. It's probably more in the range of what I'm looking for. What did I say? 7,500? Oh, wow. All right. Okay. Even that. So, okay. If we were to squeeze it down to like, that is more like what I'm looking at, honestly. Like, I don't want to go, or even that. I'm cool with that. I could even do 50. I don't know why my thing is acting real crazy. But like, let's say, okay, we are able to take on a $40 hit. Okay, so that would basically be, we go ahead and we take this trade. I don't want to, this video is becoming so long. Okay, so we go ahead, we take this, and then once, let's hope that it doesn't come back through here, and then we don't get our stop loss hit, but we'll just have to see. Okay, so that would be what we would take as a hit if we lose. Always check your loss first. And I even sometimes pull out my calculator based on the amount of money that I have in the account and actually look at the number. It's a psychological thing to look at the number versus a percentage. So I do that. Okay. And then, okay, so let's say we went ahead and we wanted to intraday this joint and just keep it until it gets to, I don't know, 188. So let's see what our profit would be. Oh. Okay. So then this is what we would be looking at for profit. If we go ahead, everything plays out how we expected it to, we'd be looking at pretty decent profit for the account size, you know. So that is kind of my bias for this week. Like I said, GBP, JPY is one of my more higher interest pairs that I'll be looking at this week. To get some pips, you know, to get some coin for the week. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope everything was explained in a way that you can understand it. Please reach out if it's something that you would like to go over. Also, like and share and subscribe, or share it if you can. If you can't share it, I know not everybody's trading, and then sometimes Forex can get a bad rep. So if you can't share it, that's fine. Like and subscribe always. Let's get after it. Hold up.